Krell 9 stood before the towering tribunal of the Galactic Council, his chitinous exoskeleton trembling. The ancient judges floated above him in their observation sphere, their collective consciousness pulsing with barely contained frustration. "You attacked a human settlement," pronounced Elder ZYX, whose species had existed for 4 billion years. "A small cargo colony on Kepler 442b. Explain yourself." "They were harvesting crystalline resources from territory I claimed," Krell 9 protested, his 3 eyes darting nervously. "I merely wished to drive them away. A simple intimidation tactic." The chamber erupted in electromagnetic pulses, the council's equivalent of angry murmuring. "Simple intimidation," repeated Council Member Thora, a Venusian consciousness spanning 3 light-years of quantum space. "Do you comprehend what humans are?" Krell 9 hesitated. He was young, barely 3 centuries old, and his species had only recently earned a seat in the council. "They are biological beings from the Sol system, relatively young, technologically developing." "They are impossible," interrupted Elder ZYX. "And that is precisely why you will leave them alone." Over the next hour, the council explained why humans had earned their legendary status across the galaxy. Humans possessed an inexplicable relationship with adversity. The more pressure applied to them, the more they seemed to unite and innovate. When Krell 9's intimidation tactics scared their colony, they didn't flee. They began manufacturing defensive systems using local materials. 3 humans created weapons from salvage debris that shouldn't have been effective but were. "They reverse engineer everything," Thora explained. "A human studied your spacecraft's exterior for merely 2 hours and began adapting their defensive protocols. By day 3, they had increased their effectiveness by 70%. The council showed Krell 9 historical records. In the past 5 centuries, several species had attempted to subjugate humanity. The Zraxian Empire, masters of molecular manipulation, tried a genetic plague. Humans developed counteragents. The Korth Collective attempted economic strangulation. Humans built alternative supply chains. The merchants of Tau Ceti engineered diplomatic isolation. Humans established new alliances faster than the intended sanctions could be implemented. But the truly terrifying aspect, Elder ZYX continued, is their capacity for simultaneous cooperation and chaos. Krell 9 watched as humans were shown engaging in civil disputes, wars, philosophical disagreements. Yet when facing external threats, they somehow transformed these conflicts into focused determination. They sacrificed individual needs for collective survival with an almost supernatural drive. Even more bizarre, they created art and music about their struggles, which somehow strengthened their resolve rather than weakening it. "They feel pain," explained Council Member Thora, "and this pain makes them stronger, not weaker." The most disturbing footage showed humans responding to Krell 9's attack. The 3 colonists he'd targeted weren't cowering in fear. They were smiling. One had actually laughed when describing the danger to others. They spoke of it as a challenge. "This is insanity," Krell 9 protested. "They were outnumbered by my warships, and 3 of them nearly destroyed your landing craft," ZYX responded flatly, using compressed hydrogen and basic circuitry. The council showed Krell 9 the record of human military history. Repeated instances of smaller forces defeating larger ones through ingenuity, determination, and an almost reckless willingness to risk everything. Human literature celebrated the concept of fighting against impossible odds. Their stories glorified underdogs. "They don't fight to be conquered," Thora said quietly. "They fight because fighting is intrinsic to their nature." Krell 9's antennae drooped. "What am I to do? I have already engaged them." "You will withdraw," Elder ZYX commanded. "You will leave human space immediately and permanently. And you will understand this universal law. Never, under any circumstance, mess with humans." As Krell 9's species uploaded, a small human transmission reached the council's receivers. "Thank for the heads-up, mysterious voices. We kind of figured we were doing something right." The council approved the message with what might have been their version of laughter.